Now, we continue here. This week on Newsroom, we're once again tackling the debate on the legalization of marijuana in South Africa. The Dagga debate, as it's become known on social media platforms, started in light of the sad loss of Inkatha Freedom Party MP Mario Oriani-Ambrosini, who in August this year decided to take his own life after a long battle with terminal lung cancer. Ambrosini became a household name when he vowed in Parliament to fight for the use of alternative cancer therapies, including medical marijuana. It's been almost 3 months after Ambrosini's death, and it's quite evident that the debate on legalizing medical marijuana is still up in the air. Today, we're joined by a member of the National Assembly and Chief Whip of the Inkatha Freedom Party, Naren Singh, to continue and recap on this debate. Very good morning to you, Mr. Singh. Thank you for joining us.
Good morning, Evan, and thank you, and good morning to your viewers.
Mr. Singh, if I can go back to Mario Ambrosini, became a so-called controversial figure in this debate when he tabled the Medical Innovation Bill in February, an attempt to legalize the use of cannabis for medical purposes. As the IFP, do you still support this bill today, and what has happened since this bill?
No, absolutely, Eben. We certainly support the bill, and we want to thank late Honourable Ambrosini for his foresight in introducing this bill to Parliament. The latest is that the bill has been taken over by another Member of Parliament, which is myself, and it has been tabled before the Health Portfolio Committee, who asked for an explanation on the aims and objectives of the bill. That was done, and the committee has now undertaken to call for public comment and more research on what we aim this bill to produce at the end of the day. So as the IFP, and I think on behalf of Dr. Ambrosini, we're very heartened that this bill is going to be taken forward and public comment is going to be called for.
Now, Mr. Ambrosini's determination has really put the IFP in the cannabis spotlight, if you could put it like that. Lobby groups all over the country have now kind of turned to the party in search of a leader in this movement. Is this a spotlight that you are willing to be in and are comfortable to play that leading role in?
Absolutely, because I think what Dr. Ambrosini showed to South Africa and to the world is that we must be innovative. And we are way behind many other first world countries in the world that have permitted the use of cannabis properties for medicinal purposes. And it is known through research that pain, the easing of pain, can be done through the use of cannabis properties. Morphine is what is traditionally used at the moment, and I mean, thousands of people know what the side effects of morphine are. So here is innovation, and what we are asking is that government conducts research under very strict regulations to see whether or not cannabis and cannabis derivatives can be used by patients with the consent of the patient and the doctor here in South Africa.
Well, we've just got pictures. The court is about to get underway, but I want to ask you a final question, Mr. Singh. What does the political landscape and political will look like in South Africa on the legalization of marijuana? And should the country be looking at something like a referendum on this matter, maybe?
Well, we think Parliament is best placed to be dealing with this matter. This is where legislation is drafted and crafted. Political parties represent the people out there, but obviously the opportunity is given to anybody to send in comments, and we would welcome that. And I want to state on behalf of the IFP that although there are 4 platforms where marijuana can be used, recreational purposes, religious purposes, industrial and commercial purposes, our focus for the moment is on the medicinal use of marijuana. And we think in that regard, South Africans in general should really support the aims and objectives of this piece of legislation.
Well, Mr. Singh, thank you very much for joining us today. That's the Chief Whip of the Inkatha Freedom Party, Naren Singh, joining us live from Parliament on a debate that South Africans are passionately having in all the social media forums. Now,